What's up, guys? Dimebot here. Today we're going to take a look at Galactic Storm. Now, let's get a couple things out of the way right now. This is a one-man game by a developer named Dawid Bujak. Came out on the 16th of September. It's a one-man game, guys. It costs $3, so bear that in mind when I'm speaking about this game. Let's hop into the settings menu. There's really not anything. Keyboard, mouse, gamepad for your control scheme. I like playing shmups with a gamepad. Here you can see your credits. So, one-man team, like I said, it uses the Unreal Engine, so it looks pretty good. Here's your tutorial. You've got a shield bar, you've got a health bar, you've got your shield, you've got energy cells that recharge it, you've got mines for massive damage, got a dash you can use, it's got a cooldown, and you've got power-ups, laser weapons, projectile weapons, bouncy weapons, upgrade your current weapon, and grant an additional mine. That should be grant. And then every so often, it says from time to time, really it's only in 2 levels, but it's kind of fun both times you get them, you'll be able to use a special skill. And there's a breakdown of the controls. So let's go ahead and start. This game only has 4 levels, which is kind of short. However, for $3, I'm not going to complain. The way you progress from level to level is you have to earn a certain score to unlock each level. This is not a progression system I'm overly fond of, but since this game has no story of any sort, I guess the developer felt he needed to gate things in a certain way, and it does give you an incentive to go back and play and try to maximize your score and try out different things. So we're going to go ahead and jump into stage 2. Here's our ship. Now, this is your basic weapon. You get your little score points anytime you destroy an enemy. Actually the projectile weapon. This is what you start with. And now there's an upgrade for it. I'll go ahead and grab it. One thing that threw me off when I first started playing this game is these little blue dots. I thought they were bullets, but they just seem to be background elements that provide lighting and god rays. Not sure what that's about. As with a typical shmup, most of the game is going to be spent shooting things. Now, it's described as a bullet hell. It does have some bullet hell kind of elements, but I've been playing bullet hell games for a very, very long time, and not up until one of the last bosses, I believe it was level 3, did I run into any kind of patterns that gave me the slightest bit of difficulty. So here's your dash. It does have a short cooldown, as you can see. I'm going to activate my shield, and this will allow me to take a few hits. You'll see it going down in the corner over there. Now, I've tried, and I don't think you can actually pick up shield cells at a fast enough rate to keep it going. So, something to keep in mind. That might be a little OP. Get a prodigious amount of shield cells. They drop pretty much everything. There's another upgrade. The weapons just keep upgrading. One thing I do love is the upgrades and the variety in the weapons. Let's grab this laser if we can. Now we just basically have a giant Kamehameha coming out of our ship. So let's talk about control. It controls perfectly. If there's one thing that the developer nailed, it is absolutely the tight controls. This game has very good feeling controls. It's responsive. You always feel like you're dying due to your own screw-ups. I didn't die a lot, but it did happen a couple times. There's another mine. This is probably a hole he didn't mean to leave in a pattern right here. So, makes that part a little simplistic. Now, I mentioned OP earlier. There is one weapon I feel is insanely overpowered if you can get it leveled up, and that is the bouncy shot. It's a little dumb what the bouncy shot will do. There's one tip I have with the game. The weapon in particular, when it's upgraded, you can't see your ship anymore. I've just disappeared into a giant mass of energy. You get to use some skills. This section frustrated me a little bit at first until I figured out the trick to it. Basically that I can just hang out in there and spam the special ability to my heart's content. Let's grab the bouncy weapon. And upgrade the bounce shot. So yeah, you can just kind of hang out in those little things, and I'm quite sure he meant to do it. The devs meant to do it, but it's still actually kind of fun. This is actually the way I got my score for this level, is just spamming that. Alright, boss time. Let's talk about boss designs. Boss designs in the game are pretty good. Here you'll see what I mean about the bounce weapon being a little OP. So I don't really have to worry about the incoming enemies or missiles. There we go. Maybe one other critique I would have of the game is that some of the explosions are a bit ridiculous, and you can completely lose track of your ship in them. But as you can see, bounce weapon, bonkers. The more times you upgrade it, the more times it'll bounce. There's actually a boss where you fight 2 ships at once, and you basically don't have to worry about targeting them individually if you have the bounce weapon upgraded. There we go. That's a level down. I just devastated my high score. I would like to show you guys stage 4, but I don't want to show you the very end of the game. So let's do one more and give you my final thoughts in the game. So, is it the best shmup I've ever played? No, not at all. Is it good? Yeah, it's pretty good. It's fun. It's got a really nice aesthetic. The ship designs are unique. There are different enemies on every single level. It's got a few neat little gimmicks. You'll see one coming up here in a minute. I already saw one with those rings that grant the special power over and over and over again if you want to abuse the crap out of them. There's enemies that drop mines, as you can see. Now this level is introducing us to these asteroids that we can destroy. And destroying them is actually kind of crucial. You'd think at first maybe I should dodge them, but no, they actually give you score, and they're crucial to getting the high score for this level. So they've made an effort to make you interact with different aspects of the game in different ways. You can even, if you so choose, kind of hide over in the corner and bounce your shots off that star for a little bit. However, if you get too close to the star, you start to burn up. So it's another nice little touch. It shows that there was a lot of thought put into the level design. Which is really all I can ask for. I could, I could nitpick and ask for some maybe some more stuff going on in the background or this and that, but actually when we're talking about $3, this is a perfectly serviceable shoot 'em up. I could see myself coming back for it from time to time just to play it and get a quick fix. I think in that regard, it's being a little shorter actually serves it well. It's not something like where I know I'm in for 8 or 9 levels of pure insane hell. I can just sit down, get up, and have a good time. So I'm not going to complain about that. Let's just squeeze on through here. There's a specific reason I wanted to show you guys part of this level. I have noticed that this level in particular, though, seems to suffer from not wanting to give you any kind of drops from the weapons. It can be a tad frustrating, especially if you're stuck with one that you really don't like this one I'm not fond of at all. Come on, get killed. I really feel like I'm kind of grudge war against these poor blue asteroids as well. And while it might not be the best looking game ever, they have done a really good job of modeling different enemy types that are very distinct. And of course using Unreal's lighting is a great thing in space. Space caves in particular seem to lend themselves well to the Unreal because of the different lighting it can set out, so no complaints there on that front. You're annoying. Can I have an upgrade, please? I do also appreciate the fact that the ship can take a couple hits from weapons, but if you run into another enemy ship, you're pretty much toast. That makes sense. Please die, thank you. Large enemy ship ahead. Actually, 2 large enemy ships. Now, if I had the bounce weapon, these guys would be a piece of cake. dash move is particularly useful for boss fights, so I rather like it. Shield management's also a key concern, because right now I really can't go into that fire very safely because I don't have any shield. Probably some of the more complicated patterns I've seen, and you have to watch out to avoid getting trapped. Just did. Grab the bounce weapon and just end this fight. Also a very nice sound effect on those giant laser beams. It's kind of great. So yeah, guys, thoughts on Galactic Storm? I like it. It's well worth the price of admission at $3 US. I think that anybody can complain about getting 4 levels of a shooter that looks pretty decent and plays extremely well. $. The link to it in the description below. You guys can go check it out if you so desire. I recommend giving it a shot, especially if you happen to have some extra money just laying around in your Steam wallet. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. My name is Dimebot. Hey, go ahead and follow on Twitter, subscribe, like the Facebook page, support the Patreon.
Like what you saw? Click subscribe so you don't miss anything. Or click on one of these other videos.